Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Now I will describe about simple past tense, past continuous tense, present perfect tense, and perfect continuous tense. First about simple past tense. So the formula of simple past tense is in nominal, in positive is subject plus was or were. The example is they were friends. Then in negative is subject plus was not or were not plus Anna. The example is they weren't friends. Then in interrogative is was or were plus subject plus Anna. The example is they weren't friends. Then in verbal, in positive is subject plus verb 3. The example is she worked yesterday. Then in negative is subject plus did not plus verb base form. The example is she didn't work yesterday. Then in interrogative is did plus subject plus verb in base form. The example is did she work yesterday? Then how to use? To express complete action in the past, the example is I saw a ghost last Friday. Then to describe a series of complete action in the past, the example is I finished work, walked to the beach, and found a nice place to swim. Then to express habits in the past, the example is when I was young, I watched lots of television every day after school. Then for stative verb, have, own, be, think, believe, know, dislike, need, or wish. The example is he had a small cottage in the woods. Then I will describe about past continuous tense. The formula of past continuous tense, if in positive, is subject plus was or were plus verb ing. The example is she was cooking all morning. Then in negative is subject plus was or were plus not plus verb ing. The example is she was not sleeping when he came home. Then in interrogative is was or were plus subject plus verb ing. The example is was she sleeping when he came home? Then how to use? To describe parallel action, the example is while I was washing the dishes, I heard a loud noise. Then, to describe what someone was doing at a particular point in time, the example is I was working in the garden all day yesterday. Then, to express interrupted action in the past, the example is I was driving to work when I crashed my car. Then, to describe repetition and irritation, the example is he was always complaining in class. Then, I will describe about present perfect tense. So, the formula of present perfect tense, if in positive, is subject plus have or has plus past participle. The example is I have tried sushi. Then, in negative is subject plus have not or haven't or has not or hasn't plus past participle. The example is I have not tried sushi. In interrogative is have or has plus subject plus past participle. The example is have you tried sushi? Then how to use? To express things you have done in your life. The example is she has never studied Japanese. Then to express number of times you have done something. The example is how many times have you tried to call her? Next is to describe recently completed actions which are important now. The example is I have some bad news. I've lost my job. Then to express situations that started in the past and are still true. The example is I've known James for 4 or 5 years. Then to describe unfinished actions or situations. The example is I've read half of the book. Then to express present result, the example is John has missed the bus, so he'll be late. And next about present perfect continuous tense. The formula of present perfect continuous tense, if in positive, is subject plus have, has, plus been, plus verb ing. The example is they have been learning English for 2 years. Then in negative is subject plus have, has, plus not, plus been, plus verb ing. The example is they have not been learning English for 2 years. In interrogative is have, has, plus subject, plus been, plus verb ing. The example is have they been learning English for 2 years? Then how to use? To express long actions that started in the past and continue until now. The example is I've been living in Ireland for almost 4 years. Then to express recent actions that have clear evidence or results now. The example is her eyes are red because she's been crying all evening. Then typically used for shorter, more temporary situations. The example is have they been learning English this week? So that's all for me. Thanks for watching and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.